my name's John. I have the immense privilege of being the chair of Co-operative Community Finance, and we have the immense privilege of sponsoring this drinks reception to celebrate 50 years of Co-operative Community Finance. Since we were founded in 1973, we have lent over £25 million to co-ops and over £25 million to co-ops and community-owned businesses. We started in the 1970s, so of course we funded whole food co-ops and housing co-ops, but in the duration we've also funded fan-owned football clubs, worker-owned metal foundries, loads of village shops, and of course community pubs. Woo! Some of my favourite clients. CCF has also been an innovator. Back in 1987 we launched the PLC as a vehicle for enabling people to invest in co-ops. We were also at the forefront of institutional investment in community shares, and at the moment we're really pleased to have just launched with Co-ops UK the Flexible Finance Fund. One of the aspects of that is the opportunity for people to buy community shares in instalments, just opening up community shares to even more people, making them even more accessible. So continuing to innovate, continuing to support community and cooperative businesses. I'm not going to name any names, I'll leave that to Al in a minute, but I do want to thank all of the people who've worked for Co-operative Community Finance and its various iterations, all of the people who've served as directors, a few of you here, but mostly I want to thank all of our investors and all of our borrowers, because Co-operative Community Finance only exists to support a thriving cooperative and community-owned business sector, and your success is our only reward. So with that, let's raise a glass to 50 years of a thriving cooperative and community sector, and to Co-operative Futures.
Okay, and before we do the great reveal, I thought we couldn't let this moment pass, particularly its 50th anniversary, without mentioning Roger Sawtell, who was a giant in our organisation, and when we closed up, we're all working from home now, but I've digitised all our archive. So over Christmas I was doing that, and we were looking at all the different documents and handwritten minutes from 1973, and Roger's name is just all over them. And you know, he was a real giant. So what I wanted to do was just read a few excerpts from Daily Bread's kind of reflections of Roger before we do the reveal. So, you know, Roger Sawtell was born in Sheffield in 1927. In 1967, Roger, with his wife Susan and their 4 young children, undertook a 7,000-mile journey overland in a motor caravan. They visited Israel and stayed in a kibbutz, where they experienced the democratic structure of the community. This, along with the philosophy of the economist E.F. Schumacher, sort of really formed his views. He was an engineer. He went on to set up, to advise Trilon as a very early employee-owned organisation. And then he became an advisor to similar small businesses and drafted a set of model rules for small cooperatives in 1976, so only 3 years after the inception of ICOF. And of course, his story was, you know, always that ICOF was formed, you know, in somebody's front room in 1973, and here we are 50 years later. It's actually incredible, really. And then, of course, he went on then to set up Daily Bread. In the 70s, he served as chair of the Industrial Common Ownership Movement, now Cooperatives UK, as well as Industrial Common Ownership Finance. Roger Sawtell was a quiet and gentle man, and yet his legacy is one of many thousands of lives changed. So I'd like to dedicate this timeline to Roger Sawtell, and we'll raise our glasses. Please have a little look. There's a bit of history, there's some of our history, there's well
and if you are part of a thriving or growing co-op and you are interested in finance, please talk to Tim or Kevin. Thank you very much. Enjoy your evening.
Thank you.